I really wanted to dive in deeper into this idea of trusting influencers and beauty influencers and going into the subcategory of trusting skincare influencers. I really was very passionate about this video and this topic, and so I hope that you find it engaging and inspiring. Engage in some friendly discourse in the comments below, so let me know your thoughts as you go along. And if you like beauty content and project planning content, I would love for you to consider subscribing before we start getting ready for the day while we're talking about the trustworthiness of skincare influencers. Let's go back in time and get started. Thanks for joining me in today as I get ready for church, and we talk a little bit about the nitty-gritty of skincare influencers and kind of why I am starting to trust bigger influencers less and less and less. I did a recent video talking about how I'm just not trusting like beauty influencers, bigger beauty influencers very much at all. Lately, I have a core group of ones that I still watch, but I'm really leaning towards smaller content creators like myself, which, by the way, when you like and comment and engage in any way on a small creator's video, it helps for other people to find that video who are also interested in smaller creators and authentic reviews and things like that. So please do something like, comment, maybe subscribe. This idea of beauty influencers becoming a group of people that I'm very cautious about trusting, really kind of started to ruminate with me over the past several years. And I'll link my video below for you so that you can kind of check that out. But really, it just became apparent lately that influencing is more sales than authentic reviews of things. So, it's all about the buck. How much money can I make? How many links can I throw down your throat? How many products can I tell you that I'm wearing? And how many links can I put in my Instagram stories or down in the description box? Oh, that's going to make me more money if I give that to you. Not, hey, this is really good. Like, this is a really good palette. It's really amazing. Here's why I like it, and maybe you might like it too. So here's where you can go find it if you're interested. And I started to realize that that distrust really actually originated with skincare influencers. I really started to kind of notice this within myself with a few skincare influencers that I used to watch. And it started to really seem like, okay, skincare is something that you have to really try. You have to use this product for a while, most of the time, in order to see the real efficacy of it and to see whether or not you benefit from that particular product. And, skincare influencers use hundreds of products a month. I don't know, probably not that many, but it's more than a regular person could actually use on their face. And so it started to make me think, okay, how long are they actually using all of these products that they're trying to sell to me? How much of this content is sponsored content and we just don't know about it yet? Because really in the beginning of all of that, there were no regulations as to how to disclose sponsored content. And I think even though now that there is regulations on that, I don't know that it's always getting followed on what you're supposed to do. But then that took a step further, and I really started to pay attention to not just the amount of products they were using, the amount of things they were trying to sell, but then I started to look at them. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no way that this person has not had some kind of cosmetic procedure, be it a filler, Botox, a lift of some kind. And you can just tell when somebody has had that kind of procedure. So I started to really kind of pay attention to the change in their face over time, and going back to videos like from a year prior to when this light went off in my head. And then they started talking about it. And then they started saying, yeah, I had such and such done last week. And yes, these are all the things that I've had done to my face in the past. And then I started to realize, okay, so how much of what you look like is the skincare that you're trying to sell me? And how much is all of the procedures and the surgeries and whatever that you had done that you bought for yourself? And so it really started to make me think, okay, well, you're trying to sell me products. You're trying to tell me that you used this eye cream and now your eyes are so tight and like no lines, and you know, you're looking so youthful under the eyes. That eye cream is something I really need to go get. And then I'm like, well, no, I don't know that it's the eye cream. Actually, when I know that you've had fillers here and fillers here, when your lips explode like a balloon, that doesn't happen naturally unless you're like allergic to something, and then it happens. So it really started to make me think, how can I trust a skincare influencer and their recommendations on products that I need to put on my skin for X issue that I want to kind of work on, be it maybe some like age spots or some lines or my under eyes. How can I trust what you're saying about that general area when you have had procedures done to fix that on yourself, and now you're telling me that I need to go buy this product because that's what fixed it for you also? No, that's definitely not the case. And then it really, you know, I've always had this opinion, and I did talk about this in another video on my opinion on about procedures, and you know, whether or not you're someone that chooses to go have cosmetic procedures to fix an issue that you have on you doesn't speak to your character. I'm not saying you're a bad person or whatever, but it really just started to kind of resonate with me. Like, aging is a privilege. Aging is a good thing. And I am trying to learn to embrace the fact that I'm not in my 20s anymore. I am a 43-year-old woman. I want to look like the best version of a 43-year-old woman that I can without trying to go back and be looking like I'm 20 years old. There's such a fine line between all of that. And personally, I feel that when people have, the one thing that drives me really crazy is lip fillers. If there is a skincare influencer or any influencer that has obviously had a ton of lip filler to where their lips look like balloons and they have no lines in them because they're so big, I won't watch it. I just can't. Like, it really turns me off in like a big way. When it's clear that you've been done to change something about your appearance, to me, it just negates anything that you're saying about a product that you use that works really well. Maybe that product really does work really well, but I don't know that it does that because you've skewed the data by fixing your face in a different way. And so I've really started to kind of pay more attention and listen more to celebrities like Drew Barrymore and Cameron Diaz, who have spoken out about the luxury of aging. It's better than the alternative, you guys. Like, I mean, if you don't want to get older, then you're dead. So you should be okay with the fact that you're getting older. You should be proud of that. That's a badge of honor. Every wrinkle that you have is a life lesson that you've learned, or some wonderful memory that you've created with your family. And why would you want to go back to your 20s and look like your 20s when you didn't have all of those life lessons learned? That is like so important to me, to like keep that grounded in my mind as I age. You know, my mom died when she was 43 years old. And so here I think to myself, I might cry, every month, every day that I am past that age is a life that I got to live that she did not. And how can I dishonor that by trying to make myself not look 43 years old? Be proud of the fact that I made it, because people don't make it. And I'm a living example of the fact that, you know, my mom didn't make it past 43. So let me honor her by being proud of who I am and the fact that I'm getting older, and live a life and be amazing and look like I'm 43, but the best version of 43 that I can, and the best version of 50 that I can, without trying to make myself look like a time machine going backwards. Okay, I didn't expect to go that direction. Okay, in my opinion, this is kind of a hot take. In my opinion, cosmetic procedures like fillers and Botox and, you know, lifts of all the various kinds, they don't make you look youthful. To me, that it makes you look like you're trying to be youthful, but you're not, because there's still something inherently different about 20-year-old and a 50-year-old. Just something in your face. It's all of that life that you've lived, you know, it's all of that. And you can't go back, no matter how much you have done to your face. You can't go back and make your face look like you did when you were in 20. You can try. I would really like to know in the comments, in a kind way, because this is a good conversation to have. Everyone comes from different places. These are my opinions, but I would really like to know in the comments what your opinions on procedures are. What can you foresee yourself having done? I myself have very briefly thought about like trying to get just like that line right there. I don't know, Botox or whatever. And my husband looked at me and was like, yeah, no, don't do that. And I feel like it's the kind of thing where once you start doing all of that, then you can't stop. Kind of like when I go to the nail salon and I really want to get like gel nails or like something, because my nails are very brittle, and I want to get something that is a little more sturdy for my nails, but I don't do it because every time I know that it's going to look really good for like 3 weeks or so, and then it's not, and I'm not gonna go back and get it done because I can't afford that anymore, you know? So I looked at it kind of in that vein also of, well, you know, I don't want the upkeep, like getting your hair colored or whatever. I don't want the upkeep of that. And really, again, going back to that point of, I was really worried, am I going to look like I'm trying to be something that I'm not, which is, I'm not in my 20s. And I know there's this whole side of things, like, you know, definitely I can see there's a fine line between fixing a problem that is a health issue. Like, I know some people get rhinoplasty because they have breathing issues, or maybe it's something you're really self-conscious about and it's like really bothersome to your mental health, and so people go and have that done. I think there's a fine line between fixing that perhaps, but then also like completely trying to alter the way that you look. That is kind of what I sort of speak against in this video, of just cautioning people about that. Another reason why I stopped really fully trusting like big time skincare influencers was, you know, you have to just be really careful, because just like makeup, skincare is very personal. What one person likes and what works on one person may not work on another person for a variety of reasons. You know, like for example, if you are someone that has like super dry skin, you're not gonna like a foaming facial cleanser, because foaming facial cleansers, at least for me, tend to like strip my skin, and I don't like the way that that feels. So you really kind of have to be very cautious about what the product is and whether or not that's actually something that you need and that you would like. I have used in the past just different like oils. Like I really enjoy marula oil on my face. So because of that, I had heard so much good stuff about rosehip seed oil, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna try rosehip seed oil. Well, it smelled so bad, and I don't know if I got a bad one or not, but it smelled so bad that I just threw it away. And again, it could have been like the brand that I got. It could have been bad. I have no idea. You know, everybody's experience is different, and so you just have to be careful. Just like makeup and mascara, and that's a really big one. Mascara in general is a very personal thing. Everybody's lashes are different and they behave differently. So, you know, you can't just always fully trust what somebody says about mascara, because it might not be for you. You might not like clumping mascara. Anyway, we're talking about skincare today, not mascara. Just about makeup really quick. I have been using this new L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist. I think it actually does a pretty good job keeping makeup in its place. So I've been enjoying it. It does smell like hairspray. Emily Noel is right. It smells like hairspray. I always try to hold my breath a little bit, and like I got it in my hair. I could feel it in my hair. So in my research for this video, I discovered a Vogue article, which I will have linked below for you so that you can go check it out. It was entitled "The Big Influencer Trust Issue and the Beauty Brands Trying to Save It." So it was basically, I think, talking about number 7 and it having sort of like a training program for its influencers to be able to sell the products and sell skincare and just be educated about the science behind it a little better than just walking off the street or whatever. So that was the main gist of it, but I really enjoyed this article because it spoke to several things, and I have like a lot of notes here and like a quote that I'm going to put up for you. There are health and safety reasons why creators should become more informed about beauty products, says Millie Kendall, Chief Executive of the British Beauty Council. I used to sell makeup on the shop floor. I was trained to understand what's in the product because my livelihood was based on repeat customers. They might be someone who has acne or undergoing chemotherapy. She points out some creators simply don't know better and may be unintentionally sharing wrong information or advice that can be harmful, says Euromonitor's Rawlinson, highlighting potentially harmful effects like carcinogens in some beauty products. So that kind of just speaks to do skincare influencers really know the science behind all of it? And you really do have to be so careful when you're trying to push something down somebody's throat and trying to make money for yourself, that you're being as honest and disclosing benefits and disclosing certain ingredients that might be harmful. You have to be careful. have to be really careful. And I think we as consumers need to educate ourselves more on those things, so that when you choose to watch a skincare influencer, you know what to look for. You know the various forms of the word fragrance, because it can be called so many different things. And if you're somebody who has really sensitive skin and fragrance is something that you are very, very sensitive to, and you avoid, you know, learning all of the different words for fragrance will be really helpful for you in avoiding, you know, an issue with your skin. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, and we'll come back with some closing thoughts. Finished my mascara, and now I am almost ready for the day. Thank you so much for watching this video as I continue this series of sort of like kind of a deep dive. I don't know how deep it was, but really just speaking to issues that I see in the beauty community, and really kind of wanting to address and discuss that with you and see your opinions, so that I can help grow myself as a, you know, a beauty consumer, and I can help just engage in some friendly discourse regarding this topic. If you like this style of video, then I would love to hear some other ideas that you have that you would like for me to discuss. One thing that I'm really passionate about right now, and it's very applicable to me, is this idea of the Sephora kid, because my daughter is 12, she's almost 13 years old, and, you know, just finding that fine line of helping educate your teen and tween in skincare, but also not harming them. Anyway, so that's something I think I might want to tackle next. But if you have any other general things that you would like for me to touch on and to get ready with me, then please leave those in the comments. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'm gonna go ahead and leave something here for you to watch, and hopefully you'll like that one also. I'll see you later. Bye.